everyone, welcome to Experimental Methods. I'll be your instructor for the course, Dr. Yolanda Jones. I'm very excited about this semester and look forward to working with everyone. I wanted to come on and give a in-person overview of the way that the course is going to be structured for this semester. I hope that by now you have had the opportunity to go into the syllabus section on Blackboard and review the updated syllabus, which contains a summary of all of the activities that we'll be conducting, as well as the assignments that are due and their due dates. Basically, the course is going to be divided into about 4 different components. In the first component, you will work through a series of lessons in a calibration and concentration module that has been designed by Dr. Sandra Barnes and her colleague at Sam Houston State University. This is a good refresher for those who are very familiar with error and concentration of samples, but for those who are not very well abreast of these topics, it will also serve as a very good introduction for sample preparation as well as sample concentration determination. After that series of modules, you will have assignments that are due from each of the 3 lessons that you will be assigned. After that, I'm going to upload a series of video lectures which I record that basically introduce you to some more modern experimental techniques that are being used in modern chemical science. The third part of the course, well actually this will be part of the second part of the course. With my video lectures, you will also be watching a series of video tutorials that were put out by chemists at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, that detail some of the most basic chemistry experimental techniques. So watching these videos is going to give you a refresher for those that you already know, and it will be a good introduction for those techniques that you might not have been exposed to yet. So after you watch these videos, the third part of the course will allow you to be able to practice what you have watched in the tutorials. So the third part of the course will entail face-to-face experiments or small projects where you will practice the use of the most critical of these experimental techniques. After you come into the lab for the face-to-face experiments or projects, you will be given a project and asked to propose an experimental approach to solving that problem. So those 4 components make up the body of what you will be doing this semester. The first is the calibration and concentration module activities. The second is the video techniques tutorials designed by MIT, and along with video lectures that I upload to supplement those tutorials. The third is face-to-face experiments or projects. There'll be 3 of those. And the very last one is you will propose an experimental approach to solving a problem that you'll be given. Okay, so the way that this works is for the first part, you will have quizzes based on the module quizzes and assignments from the activities that are given, activity 1, 2, and 3 from the calibration module. After that, your assignments will be based in the form of Cornell notes. These Cornell notes will be written to summarize each of the videos that you watch that describe an experimental technique. The reason that you'll be writing Cornell notes is that it is a note-taking method that I feel that young chemists, young students should learn, and it allows you to be able to have a very shortened version of notes that you're easily able to refer to. It's a style of note-taking where everything is in a certain place, and if you have 1 page for each of these techniques that you keep in a binder and you keep it throughout your time at Alcorn, and maybe even throughout your time as a chemist, then you'll have something to refer back to refresh yourself on the basics of certain experiments, the basics of certain topics, certain concepts, if you apply this note-taking method to your other subjects, okay? So basically so that's, sorry, I was about to get ahead of myself. So your updated syllabus has each activity, its due date, and the schedule, the course schedule, okay? So we'll be using the Blackboard learning environment to manage the course. However, I will be putting your lessons together on a site called BlendSpace. BlendSpace is basically a tool that allows for instructors to be able to compile resources for their students to study from multiple locations. You can have videos, you can have files, you can have instructions, you can have quizzes, all in one little area. And it makes it easier for a student to not have to keep going back and forth between the video over here, the file over here, back and forth. So I am going to put instructions for using BlendSpace on the Blackboard site, but in order to get started with it, you will need to go to www.blendspace.com, and I'll put the link on Blackboard. After you have gone to the site, you will need to register for a student account. In your name, you need to put your first initial for your first name and your last name for your last name. You don't have to enter an email, but you will be required to put in a username and a password. After you have successfully signed up and chosen your username and your password, you will be taken to the BlendSpace site. Once you're in the site, you'll be able to select the button that says Join Class. And in doing so, you need to look on your syllabus. There is a code there. Take that code and type it in to the box. When you type that code into the box, you will be registered to join my seminar course and have access to all of the lectures, the lessons that I compile for you for this course. Did I say seminar? I meant experimental methods. I got lots of these courses, so but you will log into the experimental methods. You will sign up, register for the experimental methods course by using the code that was provided for you in the syllabus. After you've done so, in order for me to verify that you've successfully enrolled in the course, I need for you to go into the class and find the lesson that's called BlendSpace Test Lesson. Once you do that, go over and click on the big question mark, and that's going to ask you to take a quiz. It doesn't matter what you write for the quiz, but it's just one question, one little multiple choice question. It doesn't matter which answer you select. Just select an answer, press submit, and that will allow me to be able to verify that you have successfully enrolled in the course. Okay, so after you've done that, your very first assignment is going to be to go and watch the lesson that I've compiled for you on taking Cornell notes. Okay, so basically I've tried to pull together a series of videos on the topic that are slightly different. They all basically outline the most basic fundamentals for taking Cornell notes, but each one has their own little spin. Each one has their own little, each one has a little bit of different information. So by watching them, as many of them as you can, it will give you an opportunity to figure out what preferred style that that you may have, what style you prefer to be able to take these notes. So after you've watched the videos and you feel that you have a handle on how to take Cornell notes, I would like for you to submit in Cornell note form. I want you to take notes on how to take Cornell notes. Okay? So in the Cornell note format, I need for you to submit to me as your first assignment a summary of how to take Cornell notes. In order to do that, I don't want you to give it to me because I want you to be able to use this to your advantage. I want you to be able to keep this to study from. So I want you to take a picture of it, of your Cornell note page, and upload it to the assignments folder on Blackboard. Okay, so that's your first assignment. I think I neglected to mention that in addition to Cornell notes for when you watch your MIT video tutorials, you will also have quizzes based on those experimental techniques. So these notes are going to play a very important role in helping you to be able to study for those quizzes and help you to recall the information quickly, because you won't have much time to take the quiz after it's been posted. Okay, so I hope that you are able to log into BlendSpace successfully. Please look at the syllabus and feel free. I encourage you to visit me during office hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to 11. Monday and Friday, also 2 to 4. If you cannot meet during those times and you need to see me, please send me an email and we can schedule a time when we can meet and talk. Hopefully, although this is an online course, I really hope that we will have the opportunity for interaction, instructor to student interaction, as you need to ask me questions, if you want to discuss a technique, any of those things. If you don't see me physically, just send me an email and I will be very, very quick about making an appointment with you, and we can get together and find out things that you might have questions or concerns about, or ideas that you may have. The one last thing, to schedule your face-to-face experiments, there is a date range on your syllabus for the time that we would do these experiments. These will be done as reinforcement for those MIT videos. So basically, after we watch the techniques videos, we're going to schedule time in the lab. So we need to coordinate that. So when the time comes that we need to coordinate the time that you will be coming to the lab to do those experiments, please don't forget that you must be present to do those 3 in-person labs. So this video may be a little bit rough. I'm mastering new video recording technology, and I truly hope that over the semester things improve, and I hope that you enjoy the course and get something out of it, and I hope that you are interactive and take it seriously. And like I said, I'm here. Just make sure that you go ahead and get started on watching those Cornell notes. Get enrolled into the BlendSpace course management system. Okay? Looking forward to a very productive and wonderful semester.